But we're in Barnes& and Nobles, and there's a kids book section, a gay kids book section, and this shit is crazy. Look at this. Okay, there's the
Huh? Okay. Okay. Ah, you can't you can't take your kids nowhere. You cannot take your kids nowhere, and this is why we homeschooling our kids. It's set, it's final. We are homeschooling our kids. Look at this. The gay BCs. The gay BCs. Kids section. I have kids. We've been to Barnes and Nobles. And we went to the kids section. I didn't see this part right there. But we like imagine going to a bookstore. Going to a bookstore in a kids section. And this is right there for your kids. All right, I'm going to let it play out and then I'm going to give my perspective on it.
But we're in Barnes& and
Crazy.
Nobles, and there's a kids book section, a gay kids book section, and this shit is crazy. Look at this. Okay, there's the gay BCs, right? Bye Bye Binary. Bye Bye Binary with a mohawk on a baby.
I have to say this because outside of YouTube and stuff like that, I'm a digital marketer. And so one of the things we look at is target audience. I want y'all to see this. Who's the fucking target audience for this? Right? Who is the target audience for this? This has a baby on it. Or you think a 7-year-old and 8-year-old is reading this? No, this is targeting children below the age of 3. And you know what? I believe the target audience isn't even the children at this point for this. I believe it's the parents that want their children to be like this. It's the parents that want to socialize their children to believe you're not a boy, you're not a girl. It's something that you choose at a certain age. That's what this is about. This is a marketing campaign targeting people of the LGBTQ plus I community who they want to socialize their children to believe that this is normal behavior, that this is a choice, this is something that everyone chooses, and this should be normalized. And what's interesting is this. When I last looked, less than 1% of people even identify as trans. So we have less than 1%, and we have a whole book section for this. Out there in the open, you don't have to go search for it, you don't have to go look for it. Just out there in the open, a baby with a mohawk talking about binary. This is crazy, and this is why people don't trust the school systems anymore. They don't trust institutions that they used to be able to trust. You can't take your kids to Barnes and Nobles because now you have to have a discussion about LGBTQI plus A community when all you're trying to do is go in there and get a nice little book about dinosaurs or get a nice little Harry Potter book or whatever. Now you have to go and explain this to your child. And guess what? When you go explain this to your child, now you're the one who seems hateful because you have to call out delusion. You have to call out things and say what they are. You have to be like, no, baby, a boy is a boy, a girl is a girl. The people who believe this, they are delusional. These are people with mental illnesses. You have to say these things because if you don't say these things, when they run across the right person, they're going to be socialized and told that this is normal, that a baby is non-binary. All right.
Binary with a mohawk on a baby. Gay BCs, you're not ready. You hold us. Okay. What? A is for arrow and ace. B is for bi. This is crazy. We're gay, but this is crazy.
What kid needs to know that? What kid needs to know? You know what? I have kids under 4. You know what they're worried about? You know what they're focused on? Playing. Yeah, they want to play. They see me playing Tetris. They want to play Tetris. My daughter, she likes to wear. She has a favorite skirt that she goes and digs out the dirty clothes and stuff like that. She likes to run around and just play and watch number blocks and just be a kid. When she does read, We read her age appropriate things. I just don't understand how this is age appropriate. I don't and cut it with the crap of, well, there are some childhood books where it shows a mother and a father and this and that. That's because that's normal. That's normal. That's not opening up a whole discussion about other things. And let me say this, just because you're a parent and you're gay and you have the same sex part, why do you try to push that on your kids? Like, why do you go out of your way to try and push that on your children? I don't know. Let's keep on.
Easy. What? For a baby? Okay, E is for equality. We'll take that. F is for family. Okay, we're getting better. Okay, why did it start so crazy?
Just for hope.
It got better. I is for intersex. It's pushing it. For a baby, this is pushing it.
J is for joy.
Intersex.
J is for joy. We'll take T-O and T-O.
No,
That
we're
looks
not taking
nice.
T-O and T-O either. We're not taking T-O and T-O either. We are not taking T-O and T-O either. And I'll say this, because I've had conversations with people that will call me hateful, or that will say, well, you know, I support LGBTQIA plus and then because I just love everybody. I just love everybody, and you don't love everybody. And I go, no. We need to think about this logically. Fuck your love. Your love means nothing in this conversation. We need to think about this logically. Okay, so logically, if we normalize behavior, if we normalize a thought pattern and an idea that boys can be girls and girls can be boys just to make people feel good, let's follow this. We normalize this, which means that this is as normal, that me saying a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy is as normal as an actual boy being a boy. Is normalized. Let's say that. Okay. Why wouldn't it then be okay for them to teach it in school to your child? Why wouldn't it be okay for these type of books to be out there in Barnes and Nobles in the open and then have to open up these type of discussions? Why wouldn't it be normal for those things? Why wouldn't it be normal for them to talk about it, you know, on the news, or talk about it wherever you go, or do these drag? Why wouldn't it? And this is the thing that I think people who try to be neutral on this LGBTQIA plus thing, and not even just like treating people with respect, but being like, well, I do these pronouns and they're a boy if they say they're a boy, and they're a man if they say they're a man. Those same people behind closed doors will be like, I don't think it should be taught in schools. You're hypocrites. At least the people on the LGBTQIA plus community that believe in this stuff are willing to fight for. You people that are neutral in the middle, that I just want to love everybody, when it actually comes to practical things and you see it manifesting, you want to be quiet about it. So you want to sit here and say that you support LGBTQIA plus and try to criticize the people that say a man is a man and a woman is a woman. But then when it comes to your kids or your personal life, and you see that you didn't mean to offend them, but now all of a sudden you're homophobic. Now all of a sudden you're transphobic. Or they're teaching it to your children. And you're sitting there, well, why would they do that? Because you said it was normal. Why wouldn't they teach it? Why wouldn't it be out there? Because you've normalized it. That's like going to Pizza Hut and being, why are they serving pizzas? Because serving pizza is normal here. If you went into Pizza Hut and complained and was like, they should start selling burgers. Why can't we get burgers here at Pizza Hut? And then they start doing it and you're like, why are they selling burgers? Because that's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. You don't get to act stupid and walk around like, oh, I don't know why they teaching it to kids. Because you said it was normal and you don't want to hurt people's feelings. Remember? So now we have to walk into Barnes and Nobles and we have to see these books with two gay dudes on it or whatever, two dudes talking about T.O. and T.O. And we have to try to navigate that. And this is why I'm saying my kids are getting homeschooled. We're not getting involved in all of this. There will be discussions around this type of stuff, and it's not going to be the stuff they give to the kids in school. And that's the thing, is like, it's sad because as a parent, now you have to have discussions with your children about things that they should never even be talking about. And you have to almost in a way be like, hey, this is delusion. You're going to run into people like this. You're going to run into people who think this. This is not the case. This is not the case. You're a boy if you're a boy, you're a girl if you're a girl. That's the end of it. Anything outside of that is fairy tale made up. All right? That's the lessons we're going to have to start teaching our children, because if you leave it to society, if you leave it to the school system, they have an agenda. And it's not, by the way, to protect LGBTQIA+. It's not to spread freedom and spread rights and all that stuff. It's an agenda. They want to control, and they are feeding off a narrative of less than 1% of the population and trying to blow it up to even more. And when you look at this, you can see how it fits into a bigger agenda of voting, politics, economics, all of that stuff. This is not just to protect LGBTQIA+. Right? This is an agenda. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. My name is Fitz. Tap in. Make sure you hit subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. This is crazy. This is crazy.